Put another chair for John Spell next to it.
So I haven't been here for almost 9 months, so it's nice to see you.
So I was sitting in India, Thai, and rice eating. Now I like to come to have pizza and hot dogs or came.
So I've been in India all this time, and there all I eat is rice and dal. So I've come back because I want pizza and hot dogs.
So it's nice to see everybody. Thank you for coming
It's nice to see everybody. Thank you for coming
here.
here.
Members of the family, it's nice.
So it's like coming back and seeing members of the family. It's nice.
So today, Kishin Jamsabin gave me Shantadev's book, but he said, that's good, auspicious.
So today Geshe Jamspal has given me his book on the Bodhisattva Charyavatara. That's very auspicious. It's very nice.
Sure, he's much younger than I am. So I'm in his order, I'm the oldest one.
So he's much younger than I am. So here I am the oldest one.
That means I should go before everybody.
So that means I should go before everybody.
Okay, so then today maybe I'm going to talk about Ganden Lajama.
So maybe today I'll talk about Ganden Lagyama.
Ganden Lajama, that means Ganden Lajama is the text for the Ganden Lajama. That's Tushita heaven there. Ganden Lajama means many goddesses. So the Ganden Lajama, prayer for the Ganden Lajama.
So this is a text or a prayer. Ganden is the Ganden, the heaven, the Buddha realm, and Lagya means the 100 gods from this heaven.
So this is very popular among Gelugpas.
And this particular prayer is very popular among Gelugpas.
So this can be used. Okay, then that is what is this? Tushita heaven. There, Tushita heaven. There, Media lives there, and there surrounding his disciples like Tsongkhapa, like that.
So in this Ganden is the Tibetan translation of Tushita. So in Tushita's heavenly realm, you have the disciples of Amitabha, is that right? And out of Maitreya, and in Tushita heaven there is Tsongkhapa and Atisha and many other great masters.
Like this, well, Tushita heaven is like this big city or country, and then in a higher place there, what you got choosing, that is Tsongkhapa, lives there, you got choosing. I don't know English.
So in this, so Tushita heaven is a very sort of broad place, and within it is Yiga Chuden, within which lives Amitabha. Maitreya, I'm sorry.
Means future Buddha. One thousand Buddha will come. That is 40 years, Shakyamuni, 50 years, Media.
So in this particular time, there will be 1,000 Buddhas. Shakyamuni Buddha, the Buddha of our time, is the 4th Buddha, and Maitreya will be the 5th Buddha, so he's the coming Buddha.
So American Buddha will be in India, okay.
And Maitreya Buddha will appear in India.
Not in America, not in India, said that.
Not in America, in India.
Maybe I like Dali.
So maybe Maitreya likes dal.
So that is U.S. in Tonga all the time. That is media and the Tonga U.S.
I'm sure you've seen the tanka of Ganden Lagyama.
So like Tsongkhapa, when he was in this world, and then he after he went passing, so he was also in the Tushita with like a disciple of the media history.
So Tsongkhapa, when he manifested passing, his abode became Tushita heaven, and he and his disciples are considered to be there in the realm of Maitreya, in the Buddha realm of Maitreya.
Meditation sometimes we describe it like Maitreya Buddha is sitting on the throne, or like sitting like this, like Tibetan. This is sitting like that means it means auspicious for very quick. This Tibetan when we sitting all the time like this. When want to go to the chair, then you want the chair like ready to step. And some describe like that.
So Maitreya is considered to be sitting in Tushita, and he's sitting like this, not with his legs crossed, but sitting with his legs down. This is considered to be auspicious for being able to spring up quickly. If you're sitting in the cross-legged position, you can't get up quickly. So that's the sort of the meaning of sitting with your legs down like this.
Some experience sitting on the like this position, so that must symbol auspicious for Maitreya Buddha will be sooner in India, like that.
So it's considered that Maitreya sitting like this, in this with this ability to spring up quickly, means that Maitreya will come sooner, will come more quickly to us. So it's sort of an auspicious sign of his coming more quickly to India.
So Maitreya sitting like this, in a Tonga you are seeing. One side is base, one side is anybody.
So there are many. I'm sure that many of you have seen the tanka of Ganden Lanyama with Maitreya Buddha sitting in this position in Tushita heaven.
So that is so then you can read more about the Tushita heavens. Wishing to be born there, everything is nicely qualified, good part of the Tushita.
And so when you see a tanka of Maitreya Buddha in Tushita, we would think, we would admire the place and think of it as a wonderful place, which creates and we should develop the wish to be born in this place where everything is of fine quality, everything is wonderful.
Then thinking about the tanka like it is, light like a cloud like that. So there, Tsongkhapa and his disciples there, thinking of seeing, and then you should become us to, and then inviting like that.
So the visualization that we would do is from Amitabha's heart, sorry, Maitreya's heart, imagine, we should wish that out of his heart would come to us, we visualize light, and we visualize Tsongkhapa and his two disciples, and we are requesting that they come before us, and we thereby visualize them coming, we are inviting them before us. So, the first verse, Rinpoche, I have one translation. The first verse of the prayer is when you are inviting Tsongkhapa before you, and it says, on the summit of a cloud which resembles a heap of fresh white curd.
Many goddesses, but there are many goddesses. So those he's Maria's teaching them from Maria's heart, and those Tsongkhapa. So he just thinking about it. Please come to my married people like that. So we Tsongkhapa, he club with the family like this.
So this it's called the land of 100 deities, but actually there are far more than 100 deities. In the prayer it says, Lord of 100 deities of Tushita. And so among those 100 deities, we are requesting that Tsongkhapa come. We are inviting Tsongkhapa. And so from Tsongkhapa and his two disciples. And so they appear, they come on this cloud to our merit field before us. So please, you who all must have a translation of this prayer, do read it.
Then after the 7 hymns of Puja, our pastor will say, please, please long
so please come, please. We've invited Tsongkhapa, and then start the 7 limbs of puja, and so we are requesting.
That time, like I was okay. Then please come to come to us, and you leave me poem like that. So then there was patience, and talk about the disciples like a village like that. You say yes, but they didn't give objection. They're smiling. That's okay.
So we invite in the first, the next verse, we are entreating him to come and to live, Tsongkhapa and his two disciples to come and to live for a long time. And we should think that though Tsongkhapa doesn't respond, yes, I will do so, the fact that he doesn't give any objection is a sign that he is accepting.
Like a Buddha embody, like a people embody. He didn't say yes, but he didn't silently did, but he accepted like jump so much.
So in the time of the Buddha, when the Buddha would be invited to do something, it was considered that though he would not say yes, his not objecting was a sign of accepting.
So then, she doesn't second is a chance of it. 시지충은 야유도래도 계산하기 전에 해서 답을 받지 하면서 사도 temple 내가 상사 Tsongkhapa, your mind is so knows everything. He always like he is all in his so his body, but mind knows everything. 시지충은 야외도래도 wasn't your speech is very special 꾸준히 스튜디오에서 그냥 희귀 중에 보다는 이제 답이밖에 하는 집에 보셔야 돼. Tsongkhapa like visualize like human being, but also he is mainly is like other Buddhas like 35 study to be very much and 80 man was similar like that. He had when his from to Longbo, yeah, that he had like that.
So you then, the next verse is the verse of prostration. And so with Tsongkhapa and his two disciples before you, you make prostrations, and while doing so you are praising the Buddha, saying that your mind is omniscient. It's your mind knows everything, and your speech is like a special ear ornament, and your body is similar to the body of a Buddha, having the 32 major and 80 minor marks. And it is viewing Tsongkhapa as having all these qualities that you make prostrations.
So that time like do like even if you want to make prostrations, you can do it that way. Then you should be doing like that to respect.
So if you want, at that point, you can make 3 prostrations. If not, you can show your respect like this.
That is prostrations. And then you want to not so much to do not so that is offering, that is showing like offering to drink to like water or whatever, water, flowers, or everything is incense and the put everything, whatever is 60 in the world, I'm going to offer to you. So please accept it like that.
The next verse is a verse of offering. And so in the prayer itself is mentioned that we are offering water, we are offering flowers, we are offering incense, but we also offer everything that exists in the world. We offer all to Tsongkhapa and his disciples.
Whatever we have refrigerator, and also can take everything what exists in the world. Everybody's taking over again. Doesn't matter. Like factories or anything, those whatever is good things.
So we can offer the things that we possess, such as our refrigerator or whatever possessions we have, but we can also offer whatever exists in the world. We can offer factories or anything or everything that exists in the world.
So you can visualize, okay, you can offer my house was a New Jersey, a small house, that is also can be offered.
So you can offer my house. I have a small house in New Jersey, and you can offer my house.
Then swimming pool, everything.
You can offer a swimming pool, everything.
Okay. And then there's all you are not melody. Muslim you do whatever he already arranged. Also the Muslim you do visualize those. Okay.
So the if you've made arranged offerings, such as flowers or whatever. You offer those. And you also offer and visualize things that don't exist physically there before you, but you offer all visualized.
Food, flower, whatever is. Maybe water, aeroplane, concrete, Baba, some of the
You can offer food, you can offer bicycles, you can offer swimming pools, you can offer anything. Everything. If I make a mistake, he will give objection.
We think about what we saw, then you think about the disciples decided that we did okay.
So we should think of making all these offerings. In our minds, we visualize making these offerings of all the wonderful things we can imagine.
So that's the reason we are doing offering. So we are doing making accumulations, so they have good fortune, so they have good for our life, so they have this good, like Tsongkhapa, this good Buddhas, so their wishes, we sentient beings more and more become closer to the Buddha Buddha. That was the reason they receive to think about it, they enjoy it.
So, as we make these offerings, we are thinking of, we are making these offerings. They, from their side, wish for our happiness. So as we wish to offer from their side, our wishing to offer in that way, from their side, that generates their wish to have us attain that happiness.
All the time, like that, I'm talking this time, but whatever you do, with us, but some of us, like over in the temple or the home or whatever you do over there, we visualize it over in so it looks like a delighted. So the reason, that's the reason.
So, as we, this is not sort of limited to this prayer or this time. Anytime you are in a temple or anytime you make offerings, you imagine offering. From your side, you're imagining offerings. You're imagining making these offerings to the Buddhas in this way. From their side, they develop this, or they have this wish that you and all sentient beings attain happiness or attain ultimate freedom from suffering.
That is why. Then come the compassion. So that is whatever mistakes in this life, past life, everything. Please help me. I'm going to confess. So please help me to able to completely clear.
So the next is confession. And there we think, whatever non-virtuous actions I've engaged in this life, in past lives, please help me to completely purify myself of these non-virtues.
Rejoice. Okay.
So that's the confession verse. The next is rejoicing.
He came to this world. He manifested as common person, and then he studied and he became great scholar. At the same time he practiced, he became very high spiritual advanced. And then he taught, and then Tsongkhapa he taught. Now was Gelupa means everywhere, so that is his duty. So you are wonderful, you are good. You so Tsongkhapa did this, you did, okay, you did good. So we whatever Tsongkhapa is good, you did this. So I think I was also able to do like that, very simple like that.
So then, so in this rejoicing, we think of Tsongkhapa and we think of all the wonderful deeds that he accomplished during his life. He manifested studying really hard, becoming a real master of the doctrine, teaching, becoming famous as a result of his teachings, and we, from our side, develop a great admiration for all the accomplishments of Tsongkhapa, and also this wish to accomplish these things ourselves.
Then, after that, asked the teaching, if you Lama challenge, please teach.
So the next verse is requesting that Tsongkhapa teach. Please teach.
So that Tsongkhapa is, you can see, but Tsongkhapa can manifest any given teachers, and he can teach you.
So Tsongkhapa can manifest in all sorts of ways in order to teach, and so we are requesting that he teach.
Tsongkhapa can manifest teaching in schools, high, like universities, so everything, whatever, yeah. But send the beings here, so like that.
So Tsongkhapa is able to manifest in whatever way can be of benefit to us, teaching in schools, in universities, wherever. He will manifest in order to help us along, and so we request that he do so.
Then after that, dedication, and that whatever I accumulated in my good merit, that was every sentient beings will be become every sentient being obtaining Buddhahood, bodhicitta, realization of the shunyata, then I'm able to practice 6 5 permissions and then become Buddhahood, and I'm dedicated like that.
And so at the end we dedicate the merit from having done this, and we develop the wish that all sentient beings may develop bodhicitta, that they may develop a realization of emptiness, that they may practice the 6 perfections, that they may ultimately attain Buddhahood, that all sentient beings attain Buddhahood. So we and then we recite, we pray Mitsema.
And if you want to do universal body, you can do universal body mandala. Mandala, that is everything in the existing in the everything, my body, speech, everything, and whatever position, everything, whatever is I want to give you. So therefore, please help me to become, to become interested, teaching with them, bodhicitta or shunyata, interested, but also able to study, practice, and then successful practice like that.
So we can then, prior to reciting Mitsema, we can make a universal offering, and at that time we offer everything in the universe, and we also offer all that we have, all the virtues of our body, speech, and mind, and in offering these, we wish that we may attain an interest in bodhicitta, that we may attain and develop an interest in realizing emptiness, that we may practice along the path, and that we like that.
Beginning personally, so is a prayer to the Tsongkhapa.
So this mitsema it's called mitsema because it begins mingmetsewe terchenrezi. The mitse comes from that, and it's a prayer to Tsongkhapa.
So mingmetsewe terchenrezi, temechimbo nyambaya, kaji kibe to Tsongkhapa. Losa de 4 buses, 4 buses.
So mitsema has 4 verses.
This originally, Tsongkhapa's main tutor is Sajapa, which is Renaba, said it is, Renaba Yunlord. Tsongkhapa Lord that he pray for his teacher Renaba Yunlord. So Mimi said it is Kemichima Yambaya, but they keep it to Renaba Yunlord, which also on this theory.
So this this prayer was initially composed by Tsongkhapa in praise of his teacher, the Sakya master Rendawa. So the verses were in the last verse he inserted Rendawa's name.
So the meaning is Mimi David compassion, like your wisdom is like a magician. Then you are the best scholar in the sand, or in the world, in the land of snow. So then I pray to like that.
So the prayer means your compassion is like Avalokiteshvara. Your wisdom is like Manjushri. You are the best scholar in the land of snows. And so I pray to you. That is the meaning of it.
So then Renava said, you wrote me pay like that, but that was a pity. It is for you, and it's not pity for me, it's pity for you. So then Renava put it, Kaji Kiwi to the Tsongkhapa, so
when Tsongkhapa made this prayer to Rendawa said, this is not for me, this actually is more suitable to you, and so he changed the last verses to fit Tsongkhapa's name and made the prayer to Tsongkhapa. So this has 4 verses, but then later a 5th verse to Vadrapani was inserted.
I don't remember that. I have more, but sometimes don't remember any names of that. And I need Shandoji. I give you the woman you signed the Shandoji.
Shandoji, Vadrapani.
Yeah. I use it. That means then there is more Pensapa, Siki, but then she may David. Who took me to Mother? Me, David, Jimmy, I give it to you. in the Misema, Manusia, Najuma, Master, the women, what younger.
So there are many, in addition to those 5 verses, sometimes 6, 7, even 8 lines can make up the verse. But the most common the long version tends to be the 5-line version.
Yeah, like so then you can pay, see that you can pay whatever you want to pay. You want to pay so you want to pay whatever. You can pay I'm because rich. Like that, you can make it.
So you can pray for what it is that you would like to accomplish. It would not be correct to pray to become rich, for example.
No, you can pay. I am influenced in my delusion, like attachment to the word, but like that, please help me disappear like this, can't disappear.
But you can, on the contrary, you could pray, thinking, I have so much attachment to the world. Please help me develop some kind of detachment towards the world.
So then, like that, and then usually I get what we should pray like I hope I really sure about what my duty is a man being, is a human being who qualified for ethical. That's it. I can't remember what that.
So you can pray that you may develop the qualifications to be able to be of benefit to others.
Now we have already freedom to we are not born in okay. After that, then whatever you want to say, pray you do. Mr. Mache. Then one is a shape to go to develop wisdom, also the one who comes with it.
So there's also a way of engaging in this prayer to develop wisdom.
So another wisdom there is Shirip Shiva, Sava, you are Sava, Shirip Shiva, whatever can understanding, great understanding, that is Shirip Shiva. Sava, also nobody. Everything is clearly. That is Sava. You are Sava means quickly. Sava means very one thing, like one verse, we can interpret many different things like that. Share Sava.
So there are different types of wisdom. So the first would be great wisdom, which we could recite this mitsema, wishing to develop great wisdom. The next would be clear and detailed wisdom. The third would be developing wisdom quickly. And the other is like a deep wisdom of from one verse developing great understanding, from one word within one verse developing great understanding.
Okay. Then Shebishara was teaching somebody who needed to teach, also able to teach useful for the security of the disciples. According to the text subject, able to teach Shebishara. Some bishops did writing letters. Some bishops did sometimes religious about to like different discussing like those. So the bishop did different way of doing like
Then the ability to teach, and that another aspect of wisdom would be a wisdom that is able to teach, that is able to teach in such a way that is useful to students. Another is to teach in a way that is in accordance with the texts. The other is a wisdom that is able to express itself in writing. So this is composition wisdom, or writing wisdom. And then the other is a wisdom that has the ability to differentiate or like debate.
Now then whatever we choose, that is wisdom. To wisdom, do those visualization, the meditation that we have developed, we visit wisdom. That was like Rinpoche, he taught me when he was young, he said that he developed those his understanding of the Shunyata and the Bodhisattva, the meaning of the content of the Buddha's teaching, able to understand much better than before he said like that.
So if you pray like this will help you develop wisdom. If you do the prayer of Ganden Lagyama and then recite
so usually people say Bijama like 100 Tibetan county, the Rosary all the time. Anytime many practice the Rosary. So the Chingoji that means 111 like that. So anything like that.
So we would normally recite a rosary of Mitsemas. That would be 111. But Rinpoche said, Pabonka Rinpoche said that he engaged in the practice of reciting the prayer of Ganden Lagyama and then reciting Mitsemas, and as a result of that, and praying that he would be able to do so, he developed. His Holiness the Dalai Lama, sometimes when he bestows the Vajrabhairava initiation, he will make the commitment be that one has to recite a rosary worth of Mitsemas.
But many people do it, okay, now it's different, now totally different. Anytime they don't have engine, so the Tibetan Aliyah like us always had to rosary and then like that. So now we don't need to rosary. We have laptop only like this.
So when we were in Tibet, we didn't have any things. We only had our rosaries, and so we would spend our time reciting prayers on our rosaries. Today, this is a different time. Now, people have their smartphones, and so people spend their time devoted to their smartphones. I forgot Tsongkhapa, Pabonka Rinpoche engaged in these prayers, praying that he could develop bodhicitta, that he could develop a realization of emptiness, and that he could deepen his wisdom. And he said that as a result of engaging in this practice, his wisdom was increased, his bodhicitta was increased.
Like in Tibet, the custom of the rosary all the time. Most people are they get angry, sometimes hit the rosary like that too.
So in Tibet, people had rosaries. They didn't have much else. And so that even when they would get angry, they would even use their rosaries to hit. So sometimes when we get angry, we take the rosary and we hit, and then the string breaks and all the beads go, and then we laugh. Smartphone.
Oh yeah, I don't know this. I don't have this. I don't know how to use. So, but you like this,
So I don't know how to use a smartphone, but for you who do, you can use your smartphone. You can count like that instead of counting.
So we can see whatever I need to see, but that also it's sometimes we recite and so there's some beneficials.
So we can see whatever is in our smartphone. At the same time, we can recite, and so there will be benefit.
Okay. So then that way. So but then I'm not I can't explain here more the Gandela Yamade and the Gandela Yamade some many great book done commentaries. There were so many different ways of talking. To take me can be like a long life, many different things.
So, though I can't go into these here now, there are many books devoted to explaining how we can practice according to this Ganden Lagyama prayer. There are many different ways that we can practice even things like developing longevity and other qualities.
One way is Tsongkhapa, the compassion is the among Bodhisattva, all of it is the best one. For wisdom, meditation is best. And then power, there's more. Bhajapani is best. So similarly, like Tsongkhapa, you have qualifications like that. So please help me to develop those qualities like that. One thing, that is one way. That is like first outside the way. Then little bit deeper, and then that is your manifestation of the your manifestation of the magician, your magician of the Bhajapani. So your everything, your body with everybody together like this. They don't think that also meditation.
So there are different ways of thinking. We can think. With Tsongkhapa before us, we can say for compassion, Avalokiteshvara is the best. For wisdom, Manjushri is the best. For power, Vajrapani is the best. And we pray to Tsongkhapa that we may develop these qualities. Another way would be to think, you, Tsongkhapa, are Avalokiteshvara, the essence of compassion. You, Tsongkhapa, are Manjushri, the essence of wisdom. You are the embodiment of this power of Vajrapani. And so viewing Tsongkhapa himself as being the union of these qualities.
You want to say it's about 100 times or 10 times or only 3 or 4 times or whatever you have time, and then you can say, then and then you can do whatever. Then you want to do ending this prayer, then Tsongkhapa, two disciples to march to Tsongkhapa. Then Tsongkhapa, they asked to come, and it's a Venerable. Tsongkhapa asked to come to my heart, so then we visualize God, Tsongkhapa come to here to meditate in the heart, and then they must be able to reach here.
So, if you would like, you can recite this Mitsema 100 times, you can recite it 10 times, you can recite it 3 times, and then at the end, you can think that the 2 disciples of Tsongkhapa merge into him, and then Tsongkhapa comes and you invite Tsongkhapa into you, into your heart, and you think that Tsongkhapa enters into you and comes down and comes to your heart.
What is like that is little bit short explanation, giving like that. More explanation you should ask so other people can. Other scholars.
I'm giving you this.
Okay.
I'm giving you this short explanation. For more explanation, you should ask other scholars, other practitioners.
Practitioners, okay. I can't talk very much, okay. So then that's just coming back. So I'm here talking like that.
And so I've come back, and I've come here to have talked like this.
Okay. So
Okay.
Thanks, Father.
Fully permeated with countless sun rays of love and joy.